Okay, so we're back with the Americans this time. I've got Mick, bugger off, and I got Shane, Red Shane here, who have both been playing the Americans, and we wanted to see how it's going for you, what's working, what's not working, and what you want to do in the next round of games. We'll start with you, Mick. Where are you at?
Very disappointing. I got Bannon survived. He took out all three T-34s. After that, nothing. Got devastated, destroyed. But it's been good fun.
So what would you say your biggest failure is? It in the strategy or how the tanks play?
My dice rolling is atrocious. The plan was sound, the equipment's great. The commander, me, fire him.
So it was down to dumb luck of dice rolling.
Yeah.
How about you, Shane?
Terrain is your friend when you're playing as the Americans. The Russians, they get bogged down all the time. 3+, so there's 1 in 3 chance of them getting bogged down. So if you can move into a position where they have to move over ditches to get to you, it works. You're relying on luck, but you try to play the luck in your advantage. So in saying that, I've been struggling a bit because the American stuff is usually it's just a little over half of what the Russians will feel. So you have to be very careful because it's kind of like a glass hammer. If the Russians get numbers on you and are able to get your unit as they can wipe you out. With the Americans, you have to pick the Russians off. You kind of have to split them up and get in a position where you can take out one and cover yourself from the other ones. But if they get together, it's game over for the Americans.
Well, like the Andrew and Jim said, is that they'd like to see how it would play in an open field versus all the terrain. Yeah. So because they have the massive Soviet tanks that they think it would be totally different outcomes in a lot of the games because you'd have the mass and not much terrain for the Americans to hide behind or use as cover. So out of your 3 games, you were in 3rd game now, or?
Well, no, actually, I'm going through the 2nd game now. Yeah, I just lost the first one. Might win the second one. I hope. Yeah, it's 50-50 at the minute.
Yeah. How about you? How did you do?
We're on our 4th. We'll be starting our 4th game, but I think we're going to maybe change with the lads here and try one of the city blocks to get much more because we actually are in an open field, and as Shane was saying, it's a bogging. So Bruce is coming to me, and he was constantly getting bogged down. So that kind of became a bit repetitive. So we'll try something different. So go for a city one, and hopefully that'll help me survive a bit longer. And maybe my dice rolling might get a bit better, but I don't think so. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so there you have it from the American side. Now they're going to be bringing aircraft into it, helicopters, so which will change the game entirely. So we'll have to keep an eye. So you're 1 in 3 so far, and you're 1 in possibly 1. So we're looking at pretty much basically even right now between the Soviets and the Americans. So we'll have to see how it plays once you guys get a few more rounds under your belt. So keep an eye out and stay on the site, and we'll bring you more.